Close enough. Everyone's favorite cutscene. This is Trash 42. You're watching my 80% RTA in 1 hour 3 minutes 34 seconds. There's a 1 minute and 17 second cutscene at the start of each run, so we have our timer delay out before it starts. I suppose that's SDA timing. SRL timing would probably just start on new game and count the cutscene. But if we're gonna get sub 1, need all the help we can get. The World Wide Web. The ambitions of the World Wide Web were shattered. The internet was destroyed from the inside. Timer's a little behind. That's fine. There will be a game-only recording of this uploaded as well. This is just so I can get some splits, since I recorded these runs without. I'll just be providing additional commentary throughout. We only recently started rigging Sword. For some reason we were rigging Bubbler, which I happen to draw anyway, which is useful, but for a different reason now. Bubbler does 100 damage to Fireman, he's got 400 health. Well, 100 damage twice, so that half does it. Not quite enough. However, 5 swords does 400 damage, which is exactly enough. That's actually decent mashing. I hate mashing. My mashing is slow and bad. This run is bad. Just go ahead and get that out of the way. Yeah. Mashing. But, with Sword for Fireman, that frees up all of the cannons and vegans to be used throughout the stage. I like that strat. It's possible to not get hit during that, but it's a very small window to do so. Bunnies. Literally the worst enemy in the game. This part's always a little weird because you delete every virus up to it, but you skip these because there's a very small chance that they'll drop a cannon. They respawn on the way back anyway, so... Also, what I skipped there was a backup ship, which is basically an extra life. And it takes the same amount of time to pick it up as it does skip it. So, I mean, this is a speed run. We're not gonna die, right? That was terrible. You're supposed to shoot and kill both of the bunnies, but like I said, worst enemy in the game. Equipping heat armor here allows you to damage boost through the spiky, which since I drew Bubbler won't be necessary, but it also means Fireman just about can't kill you. However, the sword strats, I don't know, we're thinking about cutting that out, which would save 7 seconds-ish. Less than? I don't know, how long did it take to do that? But it would save that much time. You'd equip it later when you use all the other power-ups, but that wouldn't be until after Elect Man. Actually, that wouldn't be until after... No, yeah, Elect Man, that's right. course, the only thing that heat armor would help with at that point is a virus in the 0 count and the life virus's fire attack. I switch to bubbler here, take the spiky out in one shot. Which is cool. I always get hit like 3 times from him. Which I don't know, that might be enough to kill you. This actually was a decent fireman. The stage. I don't remember the boss. I don't remember any of this. Oh, he used firearm. And I missed the sword! Oh, that's bad. But I drew bubbler, so... That's funny. Okay. $4.45. That's decent. Had the snafu on the bunny. Tech smashing was a little slow. You could probably come really close to 430. You'd have to draw a bubbler to kill the spiky though. So yeah, I'd say anywhere between 440 and 430. And we switch back to cannon. I should probably do a tutorial. This isn't a tutorial. We'll do a tutorial later. I drew dash, so that's cool, actually. So I should talk about the run. What was good, what was bad. Like that. That was mediocre. See? You slide once and then you walk, and the rat will never attack you. That jump scares me, because it's like you have to just about walk off the platform to make it. But if you dash through this guy, normally you'd have to use a cannon or something to kill him. But if you dash through him and go through the rest of this area like this, you get here in time to make the early cycle. Otherwise you have to wait for that to go through again. So drawing dash probably saves like 3 or 4 seconds. Cool. I don't know why I was behind. Normally I'm in front of the wave. Or on top of it. Kill those guys. And I have 20 cannons left. Normally you have 18, but then I used 1 dash to save 2 cannons, so that makes sense. I forget. I think... Was it this? No. It must have been last run. One of my runs had like a horrible Gutsman stage. I got hit by everything. But I don't think this one did. I get hit twice, I'm pretty sure. Went ahead and switched to bubbler. You're not going to kill any more of these enemies. It's possible you could kill that bunny. That might save a second or 2. No, I got hit once. Wow. That section actually went pretty well. You can kill the spiky in 3 cannon hits, but since I drew bubbler, I'm going to take him out in 2 of those. And it's a little faster, and you can move forward. If you have cannons, you can't move forward, otherwise you'll get hit by the fire attack. Alternatively, you could draw a mini bomb or a little bomb, and it would make that section fast as well. And we use dash here, save another second. Makes me end up with a lot of count. Like I have 13. Normally I'd have 7-ish cannons at this point. You want to end with 5. I have a shotgun, so it doesn't really matter, but you want to be able to do 200 points of damage to Gutsman. And then switch over to sword. Really, the one thing that you want to draw in this stage is sword. Nothing else really saves time. Because cannons will get you through the entire stage, and then sword will take care of Gutsman. But this is fine. And just skip the health, because you can't die to guts, man. You can totally die to guts. You can't see it because, you know, 30 FPS, but he's flashing. Oh, there. You saw him disappear. And we switched to sword. Now, if I were good at this game, I would only take sword and not miss, but I'm not good at this game. Case in point. Remember to split. And the most consistent time to split is on the victory music. Just in case you want to run this game yourself. That is decent mashing. $930 guts, man. Yeah, that's okay. What happens next, though? It's like the run's been decent so far, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. But after what happens next, I just literally stopped caring. Let's see, I drew V-Gun. Just right on the spike. It's like he didn't even jump. Actually, I don't know what happened there. I think I jumped too early. That death costs 17 seconds, I think. I have another mistake later on that costs 30 seconds. So I've got about 40 seconds of just bad mistakes. No, it costs 14 seconds. The funny thing is, though, I drew dash, which saves a few seconds. So the death actually probably only costs like 10 seconds, but it's still a death. Stand juice with him. Because you can dash through the one enemy to get the reg up, then you can dash through this enemy down here. And I was supposed to slide there, but sometimes Mega Man just doesn't want to slide. Interesting. I used the bubblers there. I probably should have saved the bubblers and used it all on the spiky. But then it would have took 3 cannon hits, so it's the same either way. I like Quick Man stage, right there. You stand on the right edge and you can shoot the spiky before he ever shows up. I probably didn't need that health. Actually, I probably needed that health. I think it made a difference. You can survive 2, maybe 3 hits from Quick Man. Looks weird how much damage it is. I don't know why I jumped there. That was bad. Yeah, that health drop made a difference, I think. I like that. Sometimes they'll just get stuck in a pattern, and you can just, ow. Oh, there. If he had dashed forward there, I would have been dead. Quick. Yes, clearly not a gold split because I died. I have best segment splits for everything up to 0, because that's where my last run died. So I'll probably have gold splits for everything except for Quick Man and Color Man. Spoilers. And here I drew Rattan, which Rattan or Longsword or Burner would all work. There's one enemy later on that's on the ground, and you need something that can hit enemies. Like cannon won't work is the point. Cannon works on everything else though. That HP memory takes 10 seconds to get. It's probably going to get dropped. Currently, the route includes every upgrade that takes less than 10 seconds to get, because it's 10 seconds. Health makes a difference, but if we're going to push the time below 1 hour, we'll probably have to cut some of those. This stage actually has some nice music, I think. Can probably jump over. Since we're not using Spice anymore, we just use Spice for the Bright Man stage. Probably jump over those mushrooms. That was a... what are those enemies called? The plants. Spit tree bombs at you. This is a V2 version. And then this damage boost is nice. The jump back up from that's always kind of scary. But a mem up is very valuable. And that was a decent folder at it. But oh, so this was what freaked me out. I'm like, where's Heat V? I bought Heat V, right? Apparently one of the spikies that I killed dropped Heat V, which has never happened to me before. So I literally I was just so confused. Yeah, I did that wrong. He could have killed me if he'd done any sort of attack other than jump up. So that's kind of fortunate. That one wasn't gold either. Surprising, actually. Iceman's next, which is one of my favorite boss fights, thanks to Elect Blade. The waterworks are a tough stage because there's a lot of RNG in the chip draws. There's a virus in here, the polar bear. It has 300 health, does 100 damage per hit, and it's just really hard to deal with. I drew mini bomb though, so we're good. For the first one anyway. I get hit by an arrow, but fortunately they don't do much damage, and health's not really an issue in this stage. The enemy that I'm farming right now drops double jump, which is probably the best ship in the game. It's tied with M cannon, but you'll see it used a lot more heavily once we get past Bright Man. So, starting with Color Man stage. We're gonna go ahead and pick up 10 of them now. Which, normally you'd be out of Heat Vs because you'd only have 5, but I have 6, which kind of throws me off. That was cool. No. Mini bombs. Yeah, but that's the polar bear virus. 300 health, really hard to deal with. Oh, I used the mini bomb to take out the shrimpy because it's good, and then at this point I switched to Shockblade because I didn't have repair, which is a chip that could save time in the next room, and I want the gauge to be full before I get to the end of the area. There's Iceman. And it's a snowman and a little tiny igloo. new strat to avoid the triple needle. Kind of lazy, but the thing is, it doesn't matter. The timing for this area is tied to the vanishing platforms, which, as far as we can tell, are global. So, getting there earlier wouldn't make a difference. Getting there later would make a difference, because we're just in time for the cycle, but whatever. Pick up a... Coming up, I think, is the first mandatory mini-boss. There's a bit of RNG to it as well, because whenever it takes damage, it splits, and it flies out in different directions. Now, normally 2 of them go down, and so you get rid of half of them, but like 3 of them went up, which was unfortunate for me. And this is like a really bad pattern, the way they're coming down. Probably could have avoided getting hit, but ice physics. So this actually hasn't been too bad so far. Also, there's one more polar bear that you have to deal with in this level, but I have Little Bomb, which works similarly to Mini Bombs, just takes a lot more MP, which is the green bar. It is not mana. Basically is mana. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's memory points or something. Grab the health because I end this fight at like 20. The Iceman fight, I forget how it went this time. We had Bubby, Double Jump, best chip in the game, and Elect Blade. That Full Reddit was much better because all the chips were where they were supposed to be. I took every chip even though I probably only need Elect Blade. I'm just worried about messing it up and I don't really care about this run. Oh, so normally Iceman just attacks you, but that time he decided to just run into me. So it made it a little different. But yeah, don't care strat. That stage is kinda long, especially compared to Brightman. Or Quickman for that matter. Even Needleman was kinda short. There's just a lot to the waterworks. Shopping district's interesting because each area has sort of a branching path. This one has a upper route and a lower route. The upper route has an HP memory, so you may as well take it. At that point you could drop down though. I got hit there. If I'd been a little faster, that could have been avoided. And then just slide through there. The first cannon hit the satellite on the bottom. Just barely. Which wastes a cannon. Fortunately, we have tons. And then you just slide under that bunny. Literally the worst thing you can think of. I tried to get in front of that thing, but fell. Take the bunny out. First cannon missed. I learned today that you can slide over the turrets, so we can probably save another second getting through those lasers now. Coming up next is Brightman. He actually is probably one of the most annoying Navis to fight, and he's had the most strat changes. Again, taking all the chips because I'm bad. But I remember this fight, it actually goes as planned. So shoutouts to Black Yoshi, or BOK Yoshi, for coming up with this one. You can't tell from that fight, but normally when you attack him, he throws up a shield, which negates the damage and fires out a counterattack. Oh, and I forgot to split. We'll go back and adjust that later. Yeah, I messed up the email. You're supposed to... There's very few emails in this game that you have to read. Well, outside of the 8 right at the start. But when you read those two, you read the one from Higsby. He gives you a barrier, which is a useful chip that we'll make use of later. And then you skip down and you read the one from the bank cop from beating Quickman. Yeah. We'll use the fast case later. So what happened there is most stages have text that you have to master at the start, but when you're mashing B and A, I mashed B, it went to OK, I hit A, I selected no chips, so I had to jack out and back in. That wasted about 30 seconds. So right off the bat, we've got a death on Quickman stage for 15 seconds, and that for 30 seconds. So like 45 seconds free right there. You just don't be bad. You can damage boost that guy or kill him. More than enough health, so you may as well damage boost it. Now it's I want to say it's possible to go down the ladder before that thing hits you, but I can't seem to do it. So I don't know. It's also debatable if it's quicker to, or if it's worth deleting the cannon or just damage boosting through it. And then the bubble is kind of RNG. It seems like it can end up in different places. That's fine. This stage is really different with double jump. Like normally you're supposed to go to the middle, go up to the top, go left to get the aqua data, and then circle back around, but you can just jump straight up and get the aqua data. The aqua key. And then Arcade Comp 2, other than all the spike traps trying to kill you, is kind of fun. Especially the second area. You don't get to see it in a speedrun because we don't need any of the coins, but it's a fun area because there's a lot of these things that whenever you touch them, they bounce you really high. My health's kind of low. I got an HP memory and a mem up. I didn't slide correctly, so I'm gonna get hit by that Matar. Which is kind of surprising. I don't know. So for Color Man, Bub V is probably the most effective chip. Unfortunately, I only have 8 of them. Because you get those from the mini-boss in the Waterworks level, but I had a bad mini-boss. Fortunately, I drew Tree Bomb, so I'm going to use, I think, 4 Tree Bombs and then 5 Bub Vs. Color Man is particularly annoying as a boss because he's non-elemental, and we don't have an upgraded Buster yet, so... His attacks are also annoying and hard to dodge. $28.30. $28.30. Well, yeah, I wasted 45 seconds. Talking with Doisum and other people who run / route this game, wondered if it was possible to get like a sub 30-minute elect man. Maybe. Not this run. So the power plant's an interesting stage because we have 10 double jumps and a lot of mana. I mean MP. And there's a lot of places you can use the double jumps, but you have to end the stage with enough MP to use at least 3, but ideally 4 tree bombs. So there are places where we actually go slower because we use less double jumps intentionally to save mana. There's also one jump in the first area that I just can't do, so I don't. Yeah, for example, you could use 2 double jumps to go straight up here, but you wouldn't have enough MP when you got to the top. I jumped while waiting for that big guy to move because it spawns the satellite early, so it puts him in a better position to avoid him. This part is always hard for me, because those things move back and forth and you kind of gotta dodge between them. Wow, that actually went pretty well for me, and then I get hit by that thing. Oh well. So, nice ladder. If you use 3 double jumps, you can go straight up, but each double jump takes 24 MP. A tree bomb takes 24 MP. And since I waited a little time there, it'll be fine. There was a mag bomb at the top of the ladder. Doisum's run, he just sits on the ladder and waits for it. It's kind of funny, because you obviously don't have to. Get tree bomb. You take all the chips because Electman actually is the most RNG heavy boss, because after you hit him, he will either create more electric clouds, teleport behind you, or just walk around the stage like nothing happened. He did lightning that time. He did lightning that time. That was actually a decent Electman. So, Numberman, you don't actually fight him, but we make a detour. The next boss is Swordman, but we stop by Numberman first because he sells power-ups, and we're going to buy 3, which brings us to a total of 8. And a fully upgraded Buster, well, not fully, but basically fully upgraded Buster, really changes how you go through levels. Oh, we didn't have to read that top email. That was just being bad. I'm so bad. This is the best run ever. I mean, technically. World record pace right here. Oh man. Someone's actually streaming right now. But they don't have splits. There are two ways to get up there. You can go the way I did, or you can walk up the conveyor belts and then double jump up to where the memo was. They're actually pretty much exactly the same speed. It just depends on what chips you draw. If I draw a bunch of projectile chips, which I had Heat V, I'll take the latter route. But if not, then I'll just go the other way. Because on the conveyor belt you can kind of dodge the enemies more. But I just like showing off a different area than just normal. And here we upgrade our attack and charge to level 5. I'm pretty sure you can't jack out while sliding. I'm surprised I was able to. I don't know what that was. Oh. Remembering to do things is hard. Oh, and I fall down there. Shoot Proto Man in the head with a bubbler. And he just runs away. That snob. Land, please. This is probably the best example of double jump. Because here we are in Old Area 1, and we just jump straight to the exit. It's so funny. This gets pretty bad. No? Never mind. Oh. You should be able to get up there in one double jump. I'm kind of worried about my MP at this point because I'm about to use 4. And then I just jump right on that. Your MP regenerates at a certain percentage rate, so the more total MP you have, the faster it regenerates. So we're fine. Oh, what was that? Wow. I'm very surprised I'm not dead. This run is so bad. I'm kind of scared, and I got hit. I'm not surprised. So, if you double jump just right, you'll land underneath the virus, but on top of the pillar. I can almost never seem to do that right. Swordman is an interesting boss. He's got 3 attacks, and he can just walk around, well, float. As long as he doesn't jump up in the air, it's a good fight. If he jumps up in the air, it's a bad fight. This sword attack is nice, because it's, well, it should be easy to dodge. And then he jumps up in the air. That's probably only gold because I split late for Number Man. And then for Gravity Man, we set barriers right. We only have 1 barrier, but we go to Higsby's and buy a couple half energies just in case for later, and then we buy 4 more barriers. You can have a maximum of 5. Also drew Bubbler, so I'm just going to go ahead and take him out. I drew Double Jump, which doesn't actually help any in Gravity Man stage. If you want to get the MP up. Bring them up. And we got a Fireblade. I'm jumping instead of sliding because my controller's bad, and I'm bad. But I'm picking up the green mystery data because there's a chance you can drop full cust. We want 1 full cust for 0, because if he uses he's got one attack he can do that does 300 damage and is undodgeable. If he does 3 of those, you need to have full cuss or draw barrier, and then just jump into everything. I'm pretty sure he does it in this run, so you'll get to see it. Fortunately, he only does it once or twice. This stage introduces the M cannon. M cannon is a very important chip for later, so we want to be sure to get as many as we can. We pick up 4 in this stage. The stage has a good theme. Most all stages have a pretty good theme, and I feel like the gravity stuff is done pretty well. So you could double jump up there, but you'd skip the memo. I wanted to get the memo, and then we just make use of the barrier to completely ignore those enemies. Take out the bunny, and then damage boost through the firehead. Gravity Man. I think this fight went well. I missed 2 shots, but you'll see. Having barrier makes this fight a joke, because you can just completely ignore his attacks. So you just stand up in the corner and shoot him in the back of the head. He didn't even try. His attack interval is random, and he can send out anywhere between 1 and 4 projectiles. Varies probably depending on how much health he has. But he's either a really trivial boss or a really frustrating boss, depending on what sort of attack pattern he does. The next stage has really good music. Alright, now we don't need to use all 10 double jumps, so we're just going to go and skip that guy. And we're still looking for a full cust, so I'm going to go up here. 400 zennies, pointless. We end up with more zenny than we could ever want, so. And I got full cust, which is nice. Means I don't have to check any more green mystery data. Jump instead of slide, because why not? Walking for a short distance is important there, because you have to wait for him to move just far enough up that you can slide under him. That annoying sound effect that's ruining the awesome theme is the yo-yos attacking. Dad sends Recuff 300, why? See? There it is. 6. Oh, I drew Heat V, that's it. And I'm bad at jumping. This stage has, I guess, the second mandatory mini-boss, and it's a giant yo-yo. And the easiest way, you can only damage its core, but the easiest way to do that is use like Heat B and just shoot it in the side. Ow. Oh. I got hit, but still, 5 shots, so that's nice. Starman is a... he can troll you pretty hard. He's the trolliest Navi. But I have double jump, which can help. And if I have full health, I can survive 3 attacks. If I don't have full health, I can't survive 3 attacks, so it's worth picking it up. He's actually giving me a really good pattern. Like, that is... wow. Just about perfect. 44. Remember I said I had about 45 seconds of mistakes? Well, I had a PV Starman split at 43:13. Wow. Wow. Oh. The current best run, it's on SDA right now. The Starman split is 46 seconds. To be fair, a minute of that comes from setting up the good ending. This game has two endings. Good ending and, I guess, bad ending, which is any percent. It's just a matter of collecting a key item, which is a minute out of the way. The zero count's an interesting area. It has a lot of side paths where you can go collect a bunch of power-ups, but obviously we'll be skipping all of them. And the best way to get through this area without using too much mana is to slide under the blue guy, damage boost through the red guy, which we have fire armor on, so it only does 50 damage, which puts us at 330 health, and we pick up an HP memory, so we'll be at 350. Zero's ultimate attack does 300 damage, so as long as you have over 300 health, you're fine. Switch to M cannon. The custom gauge isn't full, but we wait until it's almost full. It'll finish filling up mid-battle. So I remember this was a scary fight. Zero's attacks do a lot of damage. He can pretty easily kill you, but as long as you do the same thing every time, you should behave. No, he was supposed to teleport, but he didn't. Kind of threw me off. And it looks like my shot didn't hit him, which means I have to do one more attack on him than normal. One more. Oh, and here he does his ultimate attack, which I just face tank. Oh, there. And sometimes he just starts attacking randomly. And I don't know, it threw me off. I just about slid into one of his attacks, but fortunately survived. If he had done a second ultra attack, I would have used full cust and switched to barrier. If I hadn't got full cust, I would have used 2 of the half energies to survive the second one. The third one would have killed me. And here's the introduction of the life virus. You don't see it, but you hear it. So a majority of the game is done now. It's all building up to the, or everything up to this point was building up to the Zero encounter. Now focus shifts to the life virus and the undernet. Couldn't find the email button. This menuing is so good. You have to read Guy's email for a clue of how to enter the internet. I don't know why I took all chips. It's pointless. You're supposed to just take double jump there because all you're doing is walking down to this portal. Oh, this run is so sloppy. Please, someone beat it. So, this portal is supposed to send you to the internet. But when you take it, you end up like in the center or something. I don't know. What do I split for Proto Man? I think I know when to split. Go back and fix that later. We'll split as soon as you... Actually, I don't know when you'll split. Maybe we'll just take it out. But now, in order to get to the internet, we need the authorization code. And we're going to go to 2 different areas to try and find pieces of the code. You can see how much of a difference the fully charged buster makes there. I let go of the button while sliding, so I didn't shoot the bunny. Literally the worst enemy in the game. Deja vu. We're gonna pay a little visit to Number Man though, since we're so close. Like I said, we got more money than we know what to do with, so we're just gonna buy a few upgrades, cause why not? And I've got 10 double jumps, so I'm gonna use 10 double jumps. Oh, that mashing. Another pretty cool theme. Pretty cool stage, too. If you jump at the bottom, you'll trigger the platforms to appear sooner, but like we'll just jump over everything, so it doesn't matter. I happen to draw M cannon, which is nice because it means I can kill that thing. I don't have to damage boost through it. Not that health is an issue, it's just nice. And at any point you could open the custom gauge and switch to barrier. But I have one other place that I'm planning on using M cannon. And then here's the spike section. It's always kind of unnerving to go underneath one of those. Spikes do 200 damage. They don't actually instant kill you, but if you get crushed, it does instant kill you. That's where I use the cannon. And now we switch to barrier, which will be used for the ending of this stage and the beginning of the next stage. Those guys do, I don't know, I want to say 100 damage. I don't know how much damage the purple guys do. Getting hit slows you down though, so. Those are the only 2 coins we get in the second area. Like, most of the coins in this stage is like off to the side. And I didn't get hit there, which is kind of surprising, but yeah. Which means I can use the barrier in that section, either on the rat or on one of the spikes. And I get hit there, because I'm bad. I hate ratties. Not as much as bunnies, but they're still pretty high up there. This run is so good. Fireman fight's interesting because he can. It's just his attacks are so random. How often he does them. He's really only got 3 things he can do. He can drop a laser totem. He can drop a rat in a totem. Coffin? Or he can drop Anubis. Anubis is the worst thing he can do, but fortunately it only takes 3 hits to destroy them. And then he just floats around. So it's actually not a bad fight if you have a fully upgraded buster. My room's starting to get a little cluttered with action figures of Navis. Vacant Comp 1. I like this area. running through it anyway. I didn't draw any projectiles, which would speed up the farming, but remember I said M cannons were very important. These, you don't have to fight either of those, but we want to have more M cannons, so we're going to get 3 here. We've got 7 total so far, and we're probably going to get 1 more. We might not, but you typically do. And then use barrier to just ignore this guy and this guy. Yep, and there. So we've got 8 M cannons. That's all we'll get. And we use a fast gauge there. And we slide through that. Sometimes the ghost appears in your way, and not much you can do about that. The barrier will take it, but he didn't, so I still have the barrier. Now, star arrow. Starman drops star arrow, which you can ride on, so it's kind of cool. And as long as you slide under that, it'll take you through pretty much the entire second area. But he destroyed my star arrow, which made me sad. It didn't make a difference, but... And then he took the barrier, which I was hoping to use on that guy. But it didn't matter. Normally at this point you would rig M cannon, but since I got it on draw, I don't have to open the custom gauge again. So I'm all set for Shadow Man. Now, I probably don't need to heal, but this run's already bad and I'm not feeling too confident, so we're just going to grab the health. Shadow Man's normally a really hard boss, unless you have M cannon. And then he spawns in the one spot I didn't want him to. $56.10 Shadow Man. That's at 45 seconds is still hurting me. But we only have one thing left to do. The final area, the undernet. And we've been accumulating a small fortune, so it's time to go spend it. I still have 3,000 zenny left, but literally nothing to buy. I could have bought full cuss, but we already have one, and there's no reason to have multiple. And I drew barrier. So, I mean, it's shaping up to be a pretty good ending. The barrier isn't necessary because you can damage boost through this stuff, but it just means you don't have to damage boost through this stuff. You'll have more health for the firewall, which is, in my opinion, the hardest boss in the game, because there's a lot of stuff coming at you. I start to use fast gauge, but realize I don't have fast gauge, and I have full cust, so that was kind of silly. Like I said, world record pace. And then normally you would just damage boost through those, but since we have barrier, it saves a couple seconds, and again, health. Now we need M cannon for the firewall, and for the rest of the game actually, so we're gonna reg it and use our one full cust. There we go. Oops. Ring ring. I drew Bubbler and Heatfee, which will come in handy later, but we'll talk about that then. So, this is the firewall fight. There's 2 turrets. And it takes 4 M cannons to kill it. Or 3 M cannons and a half-charge shot, but I didn't know that at the time. And use an MP charge in this fight, and then I just waste an M cannon on a missile because I'm good. But what I was trying to do is use 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and then 2 in the middle. I could have got a charge shot off, and I get healed after the fight, so there's no reason not to, but I wasn't sure. With 2 M cannons, ow, I got hit anyway. But it's open long enough to get in 3 charge shots and 1 M cannon. If you hit it with 9 charge shots and 2 M cannons, it's destroyed, so you can do it in 3 cycles. That's part 1. Now part 2, and then part 3. In between each part, you are fully healed and your entire folder is refreshed. So this is the boss rush. This is where drawing Bubbler happened to be kind of nice. And you also get to see what all of the previous boss fights would look like if we had Max Buster instead of having to rely on chips. And Heat V. Bright Man, really annoying. So you'll remember last time we fought him, we just destroyed him with Tree Bomb. We didn't have Tree Bombs this time. The custom gauge was full, so I could have checked to see if I got Tree Bombs, since I have M cannon reg. But I didn't think about that at the time. The Bright Man fight went well for not having any chips. And then poor Iceman. The Quick Man fight's actually kind of fun. Yeah. Went and got myself hit. So that could have been a little faster. I have 8 M cannons. There's 2 enemies left, Color Man and Elect Man. Elect Man takes 6 M cannons, so I can use 2 on Color Man here. My health is, well, it's at half right now, but when going up against Elect Man, bad things can happen. So I get worried and I go to heal, and while I'm in here I go ahead and use an MP charge. I had enough MP to use 1 M cannon, and you generally want to completely empty out. Of course, if I hadn't healed, I would have just died. So my MP is kind of low for the life virus, but it's not actually that important. Because you don't use M cannons for damage, you just use it to break his aura, which makes the MP go for a lot longer. And like, Gutsman can just one-shot an army of life virus, mini life virus, and roll heals you. Yeah. I mean, it helps. Every boss has an intro cutscene. It's just unfortunate we have to skip them, because that one's kind of cool. So the life virus can do 4 different attacks, 1 for each element. You've seen the lightning twice, there's ice, and then he gets an aura. The only way to destroy the aura is to do 100 damage or hit it with the element that it's weak to. And that was the life virus. If you know how to dodge the attacks, basically if you know where to stand, it's really not bad. He didn't use his wood or fire attack at all, which is nice. And then this is the life virus core and the final boss of the game. .103:33-ish. I think I started a second early. Or late. Yeah, late. Oh, it's such a rough speed game. But it's only an hour. Unless you die. Then it's longer. You get to see all the intros again in the credits, so I guess that's something. Needlemags, let you punk. Color man. He's like a fun guy. Then it's just Shadow Man and Pharaoh Man. I don't know why the bosses are out of order, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. Life Virus R. I think they did with network transmission is it references Battle Network 1 and 2. It's just kind of cool. So it like connects the two. It's just like Battle Network 1.5, sorta, almost. But yeah, that's the entire video. Thanks for watching. Hope my commentary added something to it. If not, you should have clicked on the link in the description when I told you to. Yeah. Till next time, I guess. If you want to see some live streams of these games, my Twitch channel is in the description. See ya.